Office property management in Cambridge, Massachusetts comes with a false sense of regulatory clarity. For owners overseeing office property management, that exposure often hides behind documentation that appears structurally sound. 3 structures are routinely certified compliant, pass internal audits, and still expose the fund to liability. The moment a tenant attorney pulls city records during a dispute, issues arise. Fire suppression system testing gets logged quarterly. The documentation exists. But if the third-party contractor isn't licensed in Massachusetts for the specific suppression technology, the certification is invalid. The system may function perfectly and the tests may be thorough. None of that matters when a tenant evacuation incident triggers a review. Now you're operating under a retroactively void fire safety certification. HVAC compliance operates the same way. Cambridge enforces strict environmental and energy disclosure requirements tied to building performance standards. Owners assume their property management team is filing the required reports because they receive confirmations. But if those reports aren't based on HVAC performance data collected according to the city's protocols, the filings are deficient. The building remains out of compliance even though the owner has a file cabinet full of forms. Tenants discover this during lease renewal negotiations when their counsel runs a compliance check. That becomes leverage. Immediate leverage. ADA pathway certifications follow the same pattern. An accessibility consultant issues a compliance letter and the owner assumes the exposure is closed. But if that certification doesn't reference the most recent updates, the certification is incomplete. It sits in your files looking legitimate until a tenant files an accessibility complaint. At that point, you're addressing the fact that your building was operating under non-compliant certification. All 3 failures share the same operational signature. The process appears to be functioning and documentation seems complete. The exposure remains invisible until an external trigger forces a regulatory review. To discuss your office building, tenant considerations, or capital planning decisions, schedule a consultation at 617-475-3209.